Universal just made big changes to Express. Is it still worth the money? Hey man fam, I'm at Universal Orlando, and if it feels like we did this not too long ago, that's because we did. I did a whole Express guide breakdown, tracked how much time it saved me to help you decide if it's worth it for you to get their skip the line service Universal Express. But then they changed it. They took away one of the most popular Express queues, which did make up for a lot of the wait time we saved last time, and they added a whole new version of Universal Express. So I am back again to test it out, see how much time we saved today with the loss of Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM, and talk to you about Universal Express now, so you know all the info for your next trip to Universal Orlando. But before we get in the park and start riding rides, let's go over the Universal Express options in their most up-to-date form. If you're not familiar, Universal Express is Universal Orlando's skip the line service. There's a couple different options, but other than that, it's pretty simple. For the most part, you buy Universal Express, go to the ride you want to ride, go to the Express line. That's it. Most of the versions of Universal Express, you don't have to reserve times. There's no allotted time. You just conveniently go whenever you'd like to. But the reason that it works is that there is a limited amount of Universal Express passes they sell every day, and it can and does very regularly sell out. There's multi-park options, there's multi-ride options, there's multi-day options, and the more days you buy, the less expensive it is per day. The price for Universal Express does vary based on the day you're coming because of crowds, so it's more expensive during peak season like the holidays, or right now, the summer. And note that this video is just going to be about the original two theme parks, so Universal Studios Florida and Universal Islands of Adventure. This video will not cover Universal Volcano Bay or Universal Epic Universe. If you want to learn more about either of those, check out our water park throwdown where we did get Express at Volcano Bay, or check out our most recent Epic Universe Express video for a full video just on that at the new park. Now, first things first, where does Universal Express work? Well, here at Universal Studios Florida, the OG park, it works at Animal Actors on Location, Despicable Me Minion Mayhem, DreamWorks Imagination Celebration, the ET Adventure, Fast and Furious Supercharged, until it closes on August 16th. Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts, Hogwarts Express, which is the train between the two parks. Do note you do need a park-to-park ticket for that one. Illuminations Villain Con Minion Blast, Kang and Kudos, Turl and Hurl, Men in Black Alien Attack Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon, Revenge of the Mummy, Born Spectacular, Simpsons Ride, Transformers The Ride 3D, Trolls Troller Coaster, and Universal Horror Makeup Show. At Islands of Adventure, which is where the big change happened, the Carousel, Dr. Doom's Fearfall, Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls, Flight of the Hippogriff, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, Hogwarts Express. Again, you need a park-to-park ticket to ride that. Jurassic Park River Adventure, Jurassic World VelociCoaster, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, Popeye and Bluto's Build Red Barges, Skull Island Reign of Kong, Storm Force Acceleron, Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, Cat in the Hat, High in the Sky Seuss Trolley Train Ride, and the Incredible Hulk Coaster. I notably did not say Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM, because while that was added to Express a few years ago, it was also taken away a few weeks ago. Now, Universal says that it's because it was really backing up the standby queue, and to their credit, if you look at the wait times now versus the wait times when they had Express, that does seem to be true. Still, that was one of the big dogs here, and losing Express on it can take down the worth it meter for some of you when it comes to buying the product. Note, it also notably has never worked on Pterodon flyers. Now, there used to be just two versions of Universal Express in the parks, but now there are actually three. Number one, you have Universal Express. This allows you once per participating ride. And again, you can buy this for just one park, or you can buy it for both parks. The prices on that for one day at Universal Studios Florida ranges between $110 and $310. Today is Wednesday in July, and it was $200. Again, this is just for Universal Studios Florida. For just Islands of Adventure, it ranges between $115 and $325. Today, it was $210. For both parks, Universal Express, again, skipping the lines just once per ride, between $125 and $335. That is what I bought to film this video today, $220. There's also Universal Express Unlimited, which allows you to ride any of the participating attractions as many times as you'd like. You could ride VelociCoaster 20 times if you wanted to in one day. Price range for that, just at Universal Studios Florida, $150 to $350. Today was $240. At Islands of Adventure, $155 to $365. Today is $250. Both parks, $165 to $375. Today was $250. Now, of course, I have to mention that one of the best perks at any theme park hotel anywhere, probably the best perk at any theme park hotel anywhere, is that at select premier hotels here at Universal Orlando, you get unlimited express included with your stay for every member of your party, including your check-in and check-out day. Those hotels are Royal Pacific, Portofino Bay, and the Hard Rock Hotel. To put that math into perspective, I took a look at what the hotels cost tonight, the day I'm filming this. And the rooms were about $650 at Royal Pacific and Portofino Bay, and $860 at Hard Rock without any kind of annual pass holder Florida resident discount. That was just rack rate, which are expensive hotel rooms, undeniably. But if you only had 2 people in one of those hotel rooms for one night, which again, you're going to get Unlimited Express for both your check-in and checkout day, so 2 days worth of Unlimited Express for 2 people at $250 each person each day. That's $1,000. So any of those hotels you choose, you're saving a bunch of money. And if you've got a bigger party than 2, well, the math just goes up from there. It is my biggest pro tip when coming to Universal Orlando to try and book one of those hotel rooms for at least one night so that you get that express for those check-in and checkout days. Do as much as you can throughout the park, and then you could move to another hotel that doesn't come with the perk and take it a little bit easier. Perhaps maybe move over to one of the prime value hotels near Epic Universe and take advantage of being right there at Stella Nova would be my recommendation, because you could walk to the park, making early theme park entry even easier. Another perk of staying at any Universal hotel. You get a whole hour in the parks before they open. And now introducing, pun intended, you'll get it in a second, the newest version of Universal Express, Universal Express Now. This is single ride access, so basically fancy rides. You are purchasing one-time access into the Express queue ride by ride, but it functions a little bit differently than any other Universal Express product. For starters, you can only book Universal Express Now passes when you are inside the park. Now this works at Universal Studios Florida, Islands of Adventure, and Epic Universe. It may come to Volcano Bay, but when we were there recently, we didn't see it, but of course that could change, and it will, I assume, function the exact same way as it does here. Now, these are solely based on the availability. So these are only released once the team decides there's inventory to be released based on the crowd flow, the wait times, etc. So it's very unlikely that some of the most popular rides in the park will ever see Express Now be released. For example, when Alan and I were first testing this out in Epic not too long ago, we saw it for several attractions throughout the day pop up. We saw it for Monsters Unchained, we saw it for Yoshi's Adventure, we saw it for Mario Kart, we saw it for Hiccup's Wing Gliders. We never saw it for Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry, and we never saw it for Minecart Madness, because those are the most popular rides as it is. They have the longest wait times, the most backed up express, so there's not extra inventory to offer on Universal Express Now. Also, unlike the other express passes, you are given a specific time to ride. Because these are so based on the crowd flow and how the day is moving, when you purchase a Universal Express pass, you're buying it for an hour window. But they are pretty simple to buy. When you're in the app, look at Universal Express products, click Universal Express Now, and it will show you if there's any available. You then select how many people are in your party, pay for it, and they give you a QR code for the whole group. Then, when it's your time to ride, you just go ride the ride in the Express Pass. The cost does vary by ride and day. We have seen it as low as $10 per ride, but we've also seen it as high as $25 per ride. That could vary, again, based on the day, the crowds, and the attraction itself. I'm going to be keeping an eye out for the availability of Universal Express Now throughout the video today, but no, it is very, very quick and it changes a lot. So if you see something you want, probably don't have it on it, go ahead and lock it in as soon as you see it, because the odds are if it's a popular ride like Mario Kart, it's going to be gone the next time you look. Pro of Universal Express Now is you pay less. Because if you're only paying for 1 or 2 rides, you're not having to pay the high cost of the other Universal Express passes. The big con, on the other hand, is the availability. You're really rolling the dice and gambling and hoping that the ride you want's going to become available when there's no guarantees that it is. But that was a lot of yapping. Let's get into the park. We're going to start here at Universal Studios Florida, hit some of those popular attractions, see how long it takes us. All right, just walked in, saw the Horror Nights sign, got immediately thrilled. Let's check if there are any Universal Express Now passes. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. It's pretty busy right now. Lots of longer wait times. I like that it tells you the wait time up in the corner. You could get Transformers for $2.45, about 10 minutes from now, for $15 a person. I want to see how many you could get. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12. All right, you could buy 12 at a time, which is good to know. I'm not buying that because I already have it. But if I wanted to, I would click purchase, and then it would say, wow, you did it. And then you just hit, then you assign it to the people in your party, and then check out. And that's the only ride right now is Transformers. So we'll see what happens when we get into Islands. Let's also do a little wait time check of anything significant. 25 at Fast and Furious Supercharged. I think that's significant. 30 at Kang and Kodo's Twirl and Hurl. 35 at Minion Mayhem. 45 at Transformers. 50 at ET. 60 at Simpsons. 75 at Gringotts. And Mummy is down temporarily. Let's see over at Islands. 20 at Fearfall and Incredible Hulk. 25 at Forbidden Journey. 45 at Popeye and Bluto's and Spider-Man, 60 at Skull Island, 65 at Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM, and VelociCoaster, 80 at Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls. But you know what? We're right here. Let's ride Transformers. But not with Universal now. I have Express. Transformers The Ride 3D has a 40-inch height requirement, and it uses the same technology and ride vehicle as The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, which we'll see later at Islands of Adventure. Meaning to say, it is in 3D and there are screens, but you are moving through practical sets. This one doesn't make me super nauseous for some reason, even though Spider-Man does. Also note they have been using visual ID for Express, which I actually love. Once you've scanned it in and they've linked your face to your Express Pass, you don't have to get it out on every ride. If you're not into that, you can tell them that and they can scan it, but personally, I'm a fan of not having to pull it up on my phone or get it out of my wallet every time. So let's head into Nest and roll out with the robots.
Bumblebee, up on the catwalk. Let's get out of the city. Good work. Escape Megatron. Reverse thrusters. Your planet belongs to me. Take cover. Trusting you with this mission. Look out, it's going. That gun's jammed. Get it. Optimus. Cowards run. Heroes fight. Oh no. Your bravery saved the planet. Way to improvise, team. Thanks for meeting the challenge. Let's head on back to base.
45 minutes posted, 2 minutes in Express, 1-2. Pretty good. Universal does typically say that Express is half the posted wait time or less. We're going to see how that varies throughout the day, but clearly that was significantly less than half the wait time. The average wait time this year so far, 38 minutes. So pretty close to where we're at right now. And now we got to figure out where to go next. Oh, the HHN updates are really distracting me, but we are focused now because Revenge of the Mummy has reopened. 65-minute wait already. People are clamoring to give Brendan Fraser a cup of coffee. This attraction has a 48-inch height requirement and the year-to-date average wait only 38 minutes. So much lower than we're seeing right now. This is one of my favorite attractions in the park. It is a part roller coaster, part dark ride themed to the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies, which makes it very unique as far as the Revenge of the Mummies around the world. But we are going to put our stuff in a locker because anything bigger than a small fanny pack needs to go in lockers. They're complimentary for small ones, or you need to pay for larger ones. For safety, of course. Now, sorry for the audio change. I had to put my camera up. But in the Express queue, you're still getting the storytelling of everybody, for the most part, believing in the curse of Imhotep on the movie set, but Brendan Fraser doesn't. You obviously get more of that in the main queue, and there's some fun little gags and stuff in the main queue, like some little hidden details. Check out our secrets videos for those. But generally speaking, you're going to get all the theming and storytelling in both queues. But let's see how much of this 65-minute wait we can shave off. $65-minute posted wait on Revenge of the Mummy, 8 minutes in Express. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. And I do think it was even a little backed up because it just reopened from a downtime. You'll love to see it. And now, friends, it's time to say goodbye to the family. Like I mentioned, Fast and Furious Supercharged is closing forever. And I'm one of 7 people who actually like this ride because it's super insane and ridiculous, kind of like the films. There's a bunch of Easter eggs, a hilarious pre-show, and I'm here to pour one, let's be honest, Corona out for this fallen soldier. Now, don't get me wrong, I am so excited to see what they put in this space. And in the more near future, I'm so excited for the new Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift coaster they're building in place of Rip Ride Rocket. It is so tall and it looks so fun. And they just opened the one in Hollywood and that one looks awesome too. And I'm giddy for that coaster. But darn it if I won't miss seeing the fam here. So let's go time it just to put in the data. But let's be honest, this one's for me and for you and for the family. Not that it really matters, but Fast and Furious Supercharged right now is a 35-minute wait, which is up from its average 23-minute wait. That could be because it's summer and I just saw tour groups go in there, or it could be because people are saying their last goodbyes. I'm not even going to go into the height requirement and such. That's not going to help the data or anyone because she's going the way of disaster and earthquake, which were here before. This ride is so silly and so ridiculous. And listen, I get it. I get it. You think Fast and Furious should have a roller coaster, and you're not wrong. I'm with you there, and I'm glad it's getting one. But as someone who does enjoy these films for their sheer ridiculousness, I appreciated this attraction for the same thing. I adore the pre-show. I love how silly and nonsensical it is. Like Vin Diesel basically riding a helicopter? Insane. I also like that they actually have cars, screen-used cars from the films in the queue. And there's a bunch of fun Easter eggs in the queue, including some very lovely and touching tributes to Brian, who's Paul Walker's character, who, of course, tragically passed away in real life, but by becoming a father in the films. Jokes aside, I do hope we get some tributes to him in the new ride, too. In addition to tons of Easter eggs for the Fast and Furious, there's also this disaster jacket right here at the mechanics desk, and it has a team member name tag on it for Lewis. Lewis was a real team member that worked at Disaster, which was one of the attractions in this space before, and unfortunately, Lewis was killed in the Pulse Massacre in Orlando, so this was their way of honoring him. And I point that out because not only is it a beautiful tribute that a lot of people don't know about, but also because I really hope that they do something with this jacket in the next, whatever's here next. I will say, even if they don't, or it's not somewhere that we as guests can see, there is also a window outside of Horror Makeup Show that honors all of the Universal team members that were lost, which is a very beautiful tribute to them.
Who's that?
It's Hobbs.
That didn't answer my question.
What up? Sorry, Brother Taj, no time for chit-chat.
Then why
I just
call?
sent you a brief on FBI agent Novak. Has Toretto filled you in?
Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, yep.
He wants us to get everybody over to the party at Sullivan's.
I knew that.
Sounds like a plan. That party is a ready-made diversion. Keep it going.
Oh, what now?
We need to discuss how you're going to get all those civilians out of there without tipping off the FBI.
I thought they were all family.
Okay, hold on.
That's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not...
You're under arrest right now.
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours.
Escort this novice out.
Oh, you all get fried! Over the left! You give me the witness to run on the call it a day! Call it a day! Way to go, buddy! Don't worry, I got this!
Incredible. 10 out of 10. No, it's an insane ride. I'm gonna miss it because it's so silly, but it's also a time suck. It only took 15 minutes to get into the pre-show, which is kind of long considering it was only a 35-minute wait, but the whole experience takes longer than that. You know what? Glad we got to do it one more time. And now let's go to a ride people actually care about and collect the wait at the very long line in Wizarding World. Hello.
Welcome.
How are you?
I am well.
Yeah.
I love your outfit is purple, like the night bus.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, very cool.
I'm trying to blend in. Yeah.
You are too unique.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm headed into Diagon Alley.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I got to go to the bank. Have you heard of anything weird going on there?
Not that I know. I heard there's a big pigeon.
A big
pigeon.
A
Yeah,
pigeon.
People say there's something on the roof. I'm like, it's a
Oh,
Doing like
it's a big
tours there
pigeon.
as well.
Yeah.
Tours of the bank.
Yeah.
But nothing. I did read an article, but that was a couple of weeks ago. Do you remember that article in the Daily Prophet?
pigeon. About the bank?
Yeah, where this man released like 15 nifflers into Gringotts.
Oh my god.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Did that cause a ruckus? Because they love all the gold.
Yeah, but what he failed to do is he should have also gotten some bow truckles.
Oh.
A lot of them. But I would never do something
No,
like that.
we can talk about that more later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but no, since then I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good plan, though. I got distracted on the way in because the night bus driver and head are here. And it's a lady night bus driver, and she's awesome. We're going to go definitely not pull off a heist at Gringotts. I need to get some nifflers and bow truckles to help. But while I work on that, let's go clock this line. Will this ever get old? No. I'm going with a hard no way. That dragon breathing fire also will never get old. I just love this land so much, and of course we're headed to Gringotts Bank, specifically to ride Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. That's the only ride in Diagon Alley, unless you count Hogwarts Express, which technically that's in London. So is Diagon Alley, but it's a square rectangle thing. Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts, incredibly popular. Year-to-date average wait 55 minutes, current wait 120. So we'll see how long that actually takes. And it does require lockers for your larger items, so I'm gonna go drop the camera off. Hi, Grandpa. Good to see ya. Working hard or hardly working, huh? Yeah, that was a bad joke, I'm sorry. Hey, Grandpa-in-law, don't worry, I know I'm your favorite. Have a good day. That attraction is great, but darn if the queue isn't unbelievable. Like, even if you think it's going to make you sick, because it is a coaster with screens and it's in 3D, so it's got a lot going on. It does make some people motion sick. That, you need to go see the queue. That Gringotts Bank, like, blows my mind every time I go in there. And, of course, say hi to my grandpa. Dragons breathing fire. Also, I think it's been too long since I've ranted about this, but it pisses me off every single time. I literally hate with my whole heart that Harry yells at Bill, "We got the Horcrux, let's get out of here." Harry, come here. Come here. This is not really in the movies, but it's a very important part of the books. Harry only is allowed to tell Ron and Hermione that he is on a quest to find Horcruxes from Dumbledore. He will not tell Professor McGonagall. He will not tell Lupin. And he's just gonna shout it willy-nilly at Bill. Listen, I love Bill, no offense to Bill. But like, that is so, I understand they're saying that for the plot of the ride. Okay, I'll accept, because I like the ride, I'll accept the kind of silly premise that this is all taking place specifically at the moment in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows when Harry, Ron, and Hermione are in disguise with Griphook breaking into the bank to take the cup out of Bellatrix Lestrange's vault. I'll buy that. I'll buy that all that happened off page, sure. But I do not buy, because it is canon, that Harry is not telling anyone what they're up to. Because Dumbledore told him not to. So there's no world he's yelling it at Bill, and he's certainly not yelling it at us muggles, and he's definitely not yelling it in Gringotts where there's security everywhere. That's really the only inconsistency in any Wizarding World that really gets my, robes in a twist. Anything else I accept because it makes for a better theme park land. Like, I accept that here in Diagon Alley, we are in two different timelines, because if the dragon's on top of Gringotts, that's Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, but if everything's open and happy and whimsical and nice, we are in earlier books, but it has to be Half-Blood Prince, because Weasley's Wizards of Weasley's is open. But if we were truly going to take Dragon on top of Gringotts as the cue for what storyline we're in, then the alley is supposed to be taken over by the Death Eaters. There should be wanted posters everywhere. There shouldn't be a lot of people. These stores shouldn't be open for business. Florian Fortescue has been taken by the Death Eaters. Ollivander has been taken. I don't complain about any of that, because it makes for a better theme park land. But he didn't have to say Horcrux. Anyway, 120-minute wait, 17 minutes to the pre-show, which is pretty awesome. Okay, I think we've done the three most popular rides in this park, plus said farewell to the family. Now we're going to take the train over to the other park and do at least their three most popular rides on Express 2. Hogwarts Express. It's a very unique attraction for multiple reasons. One, it is transportation between the two parks. So because of that, because you're going from Universal Studios Florida, hello, into Islands of Adventure, you do need a park-to-park ticket. You cannot experience this if you do not have one. Anyone else can ride it. There's no height requirement, but it's also unique because what you see out the window changes based on which way you're going. Right now, we're going from King's Cross in London, and we're going to end up at the Hogsmeade station, and we're going to see different stuff than if we were to go the other way. I personally like this way a little bit more because I like the Dementor scene, but if you're a big Harry Potter fan, I do recommend you do it twice. What I will say, though, is it's not usually faster than walking, even with Express, because it's a pretty low capacity attraction with a pretty slow load and unload. So usually you're better off just walking between the two parks, which is about from gate to gate, 10-15 minute walk through the front of City Walk. Year to date so far, this side of the Hogwarts Express, the King's Cross side, has had a 34-minute wait. The other side, Hogsmeade to King's Cross, has had a average 25-minute wait. And I just got in line with a 40-minute wait. So let's see how long it takes before we get into our cabin.
Where's the food trolley? I'm okay. Okay. That was brilliant.
I've made it to Hogsmeade, and as a pro tip, when you're coming off, you're going to be sent down the ramp this way. Come down here, you've got the whole platform, and you can get really awesome pictures with the Hogwarts Express. Posted 40, that took 12 minutes, which is pretty good for this attraction. If it's any longer than 40 minutes, I wouldn't get in line, even with the Express, just because it does take a long time. If you're in a hurry, if you're a diehard Harry Potter fan, do your thing. Like including the queue time, the load time, the ride time, the unload time. 12 minutes in the queue is probably pretty equal by the time you got out of the park into the other park and then back into Harry Potter. Probably comparable, but any longer than that, you're probably faster at walking. Also, while I was waiting to board the train, I took a look at Universal Express Now and saw they had availability for the Simpsons ride, Transformers again, and Revenge of the Mummy. Simpsons ride and Transformers are still $15. Mummy was $20. All right, now that we've made it into Islands of Adventure, let's do a little wait time check. It's about 5:30. We have low waits at a lot of things, including 10 minutes at Incredible Hulk Coaster, 25 at Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey and Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, 30 at Skull Island, 45 at Popeye and Blue Dice, 60 at Dudley Do-Rights, 70 at Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM, and 90 over at Jurassic World VelociCoaster. I think since we are in the Wizarding World, let's go to Hogwarts. Also, I checked. There's currently not any Express Now passes available in this park, but I will check back later. Honestly, 70 minutes at Hagrid's isn't that bad. It's obviously still not a low wait time, but considering VelociCoaster's at a 90-minute wait right now, that's relatively low for that attraction. Like, am I personally and selfishly sad it got rid of Express? Obviously, I have Express after 4 with my annual pass for included every day. So I could have ridden it every day at an Express without paying extra. But on the other hand, the waits were consistently 90, 100, 120 minutes, which is pretty miserable for everyone else that doesn't have Express. So I get it. I do get it. Typically the best time to ride Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM with the lowest possible wait. If you are a resort guest and you're coming in for early theme park entry, which is a perk for all resort guests again, rope drop it, but people are going to get here really early for that. You can still usually get it in about an hour if you do that, which, you know, it's an hour before the park opens, and especially if you have Express for the rest of the day, checked it off the list. You can always go last thing in the evening, and that way if it's still an hour or so, you're at least doing it after the park close. But do know it can hit capacity, so you'll want to kind of gauge that. Maybe plan to get in line at least 30 minutes, if not a little bit more than that before the end of the park day. There also is often a lull in the mid-morning because everybody's come in and the resort guests have rope dropped it. Then the non-resort guests have again rope dropped it another hour later. And then around 2 or 3 hours after the park's been open, it sometimes has a lull. So that's another good time to look.
Oh, and there's
But for us right now, we're headed to school, the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, of course, to do Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, friends. I'm not going to ride this ride. I'm going to clock the wait time. I'm not going to get on because it makes me want to throw up my butterbeer. But I always recommend any Harry Potter fan walk through this queue because it's unbelievable. Tons of Easter eggs. And I actually recommend you walk through the full queue if you're a Potter fan because you miss quite a few of them in the Express queue. But if you're not a diehard Harry Potter fan, then Express will serve you just fine. And it's still a very good queue. This attraction has a 48-inch height requirement, and its average wait year to date is 35 minutes. This one also has lockers, so if you've got anything bigger than a small bag or cannot fit in your pocket, then you are going to need to toss it in there. The good news is, no matter which queue you go through, you can take your Hogwarts founder selfie, because you'll see the portraits either way.
Advice about any fear of a name only increases the fear of the thing itself.
That queue is so great. It's just, it makes me happy as a nerd. 25-minute post wait, 6 minutes to right where you load. I did take my time too. Like I walk a little slower through that queue just to look at everything and take some video and stuff. So that's a very good Express queue. But again, the wait at some point will drop to like what this is right now. And if you're a Harry Potter fan, watch our secrets video and then go nuts in there. Also, I checked and there are Universal Now passes for Dudley Do Rights. Hey, and where you can find those is when you're in the app on the home screen, hit buy, either on this little menu or the menu down there. Hit buy, hit Express Pass, hit passes, and then you can buy all the different kinds of Express, but scroll down for Universal Express Now, and it will show you what's available. Again, Dudley Do Right, $20 if you want to skip the line there. Still a 60-minute wait, and you can refresh the page there as well. But all right, guess we're off to Jurassic Park. What do they got in there, King Kong? All right, the sign still has VelociCoaster at 90 minutes. This is not the fastest Express, so it's probably gonna be at least 30 in Express, which you know what that means. Line beer, line beer, line beer. I stopped by the watering hole, and I got my favorite specialty beer in any theme park anywhere. This is the Isla Nublar IPA. It is made exclusively for Jurassic Park. The only places you can get it in the whole world are here and Universal Hollywood in their Jurassic Park section. It's a fruity, hazy IPA. It is so scrumptious. You can get it at Watering Hole, Burger Digs, or the Cart Natural Selections across from Jurassic Park River Adventure. Yeah, it's amazing, and I'm thrilled to have one right now. Let's go ride VelociCoaster. Jurassic World VelociCoaster, best coaster in all of Universal Orlando. Absolutely incredible from tooth to tail. It has a 51-inch height requirement. Average wait year to date, 59 minutes. But it's, in my opinion, well worth the hype. Multiple inversions, 2 takeoffs, the top hat right here, the signature Mosasaurus barrel roll over the water, not to mention an incredible queue full of fun Jurassic Park Easter eggs. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Now this one, obviously you're gonna have to put stuff in a locker, but you are going through metal detectors, so you have to put everything in a locker. You cannot carry anything on board with you. However, if your stuff can fit in the smaller standard lockers, those are mid-queue, so hop on in queue, and just before you board, you'll dump your stuff in the locker. If your stuff will not fit and you need to do the paid lockers, you're going to need to come in to the Jurassic Park Discovery Center and pay for your locker there. Not to brag, but I usually get 2 lockers, one for my camera and bag, and then I bring my phone into the queue to film what I can, and then I put my phone and hat in the one in the queue. Now, no, you obviously need to take with you whatever you're going to open the locker with, which is usually your ticket. But if you don't have a plastic ticket like your room key or your annual pass, ask the nice team members in the locker area, and they'll give you a paper locker barcode you can use, and then you can just shove that in your pocket, or if you're a lady without pockets because they hate us, your bra. Oh, that ride is so good. It's so good. 90-minute posted wait, 16 in the Express lane, which is like, I will say you miss out on some fun things in the queue if you go through Express. Not the Raptors, which are the best part of the queue, but you do miss out on the one room that has the lockers, that has some fun Jurassic Park Easter eggs. So if you care about that sort of thing, maybe, come earlier in the day, go later at night when the wait's a little bit lower. Speaking of riding it at night, it is awesome at night, and this is one you probably want to do more than one time, but I don't think you miss enough of the queue to make it worth waiting in a 90-minute wait versus a 16-minute wait. Okay, it's 6:30. Let's do a little wait time check and a check on Express Now if anything else has popped up. Very short lines a lot of places. 25 still at Forbidden Journey, and Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man and Hulk. 45 at Dudley Do-Rights. 50, oh wow, it's dropped quite a bit since I've gotten off, at VelociCoaster. 55 at Flight of the Hippogriff. That's actually a bad queue in the sense of like, it's a very low capacity ride, so it usually is one of the longer waits in the park, and a lot of times people conflate long waits with good ride, but there's some attractions like Flight of the Hippogriff, like Trolls Roller Coaster, like Curse the Werewolf at Epic that are fine rides, but they just have a low capacity and thus always have a longer wait. Make sure you do your research and see if that's actually something you want to ride, because typically those things are not worth that wait. Let's look at the other park just for funsies. Pretty low at a lot of things. 30 at ET, down to 30 at Gringotts. That's pretty good. 35 at Transformers, 45 at Mummy, 50 at King's Cross. And now let us see if any Express Pass Nows have shown up. No, there's not any available at this park right now. So kind of my thought on Express Pass Now is I'm neutral towards it. If there's a ride you really want to do and it happens to pop up, great. But I don't think you can bank on it, and it's something I don't think you can plan around. When Alan and I did it, we were at Epic for fun for our anniversary, and we didn't have Express, and we saw Mario Kart pop up, so we got it because that's a fun ride. But it wasn't going to make or break our vacation if we rode Mario Kart or not. I think if there's rides that will make or break for you to ride them, you should just have Express already or deal with standby. I think it's a, like, oh, that's fun, like a little surprise treat, but it's not something you can plan around, per se. Okay, made it across the park and outside the Incredible Hulk coaster, which has a 54-inch height requirement. And this year to date, it's got an average of 35-minute wait. Right now, it's only 20 minutes, so I'm going to put my stuff in a locker. This one is like VelociCoaster, where you need to put everything in a locker, but it happens outside of the ride, not halfway through. Now, I do want to note, if you have your Express on your phone, they are going to check it as you enter the queue, and then they're going to scan your face a little bit further up. Just let the team member outside know that your Express is on your phone, and they will check it and then give you a paper Express so you can take that with you in the queue. Incredible Hulk coaster posted 20 minutes, waited 3. Shout out to the team members at both the entrance of the attraction and the load area for telling me what time it was so I could figure that out. Basically walked right on. That queue is not super cool either way. It's fine. You're not missing anything by going in through Express. That one does have also a lot of variability. The queue is sometimes 60, 70, 80 plus minutes. And it's sometimes 20 minutes. So it's a good use of Express if you have it, obviously, but it's not one that you probably need it on, because at some point through the day it'll be 30 minutes or less, usually in the later afternoon. A lot of people come over here first and do it sometime in the morning-ish. They probably rope drop VelociCoaster or Hagrid's Magical Creatures Food Wreck at TM and then head over here. But towards the end of the night, it's usually pretty low. All right, one final stop. Let's go to the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man. This popular ride, again, same tech as Transformers, where you are helping Spider-Man save the day. You are going to have 3D glasses, and it's going to have screens, but you're also moving through big practical sets. Now, keep in mind, all of Marvel Superhero Island is comic books, not MCU. And you're going to see that reflected not only in the artwork style of the decorations, but also with the characters you encounter on the attractions. This queue is pretty good, and if you are a big comic book fan, especially a big Peter Parker and Spider-Man fan, it might be worth it to go through both sides. No matter what, you are going through the headquarters of the Daily Bugle, but you go through different rooms and see different things and different Easter eggs depending which side you go on. Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man has a 40-inch height requirement, and year-to-date, 35-minute average wait, right now 40 minutes. So let's see how Express treats us.
Good luck. Man, you shouldn't be out here. With Doc Ock on the loose, this could be the most dangerous night of my life. And yours. Be careful. Nice shades. Was that Spider-Man? That no good.
All right. Help Spider-Man save the city. It only took me 8 minutes to get on the ride versus the 40 posted, so pretty good. We've done the most popular rides at both parks that have long waits and Express. Obviously, Hagrid's no longer included, so let's look at the total numbers. In total, the posted wait time for all the attractions I did today was 480 minutes or 8 hours. My actual wait's 88 minutes or 1 hour and 28 minutes, which means I saved a grand total of 6 hours and 32 minutes. For me, it's hard to beat having Express, even though the most popular attraction is no longer on it. Because you can Express basically everything else, that leaves time for a 60 or 70 minute queue to not be that bad or not that impactful on your day, because you know you're gonna save significant amounts of time at everything else. Not to mention the fact that I know it's expensive, but it works so easily here. It's such a simple system, whether you get the unlimited or the regular. You just show up and ride whatever you want to ride. There's no thinking about it. There's no booking anything. There's no getting up at 7 a.m. There's no zigzagging around the park. You just go where you want and you ride it. And I appreciate the simplicity in that system. And the fact that you can get it for free with your hotel room is, again, the best hotel perk at any theme park hotel that I've ever stayed at. And I have been to every Disney and Universal resort around the world and stayed at on-property hotels at every single one. That's the best perk. If you can work it in your budget to at least do one night at those hotels and get that Express Pass, I personally think that's the way to go. As far as Express Pass now goes, like I said, I think it's a nice to have. I think it's a fun surprise if it pops up for something you want to do and you don't already have Express, but it's not something you can count on right now. Not to mention, if you have Express and you know the lines are not going to be a huge time suck on your day, it allows you to just have a more luxuriating and fun and relaxing day in the parks. It allows you to have more time to eat and drink and luxuriate and meet characters and see shows and watch Streetmosphere and shop and do the kind of spontaneous things you don't necessarily plan for. Because yeah, you could have done all the rides I did today in a park day, but you wouldn't have had a ton of time for much else. I'm not saying it's impossible. You could absolutely have done it. You could have rope drops. You could have done early theme park entry. You could have stayed late. You could definitely do it, because I do know and acknowledge that Express is expensive. But again, if it's in your budget or staying at a hotel that gives it to you is in your budget, I highly encourage it. As always, I hope this was helpful in showing you what Express Pass is like, what it can do, how you can use it on your next trip. Let us know what else you want to see from Universal Orlando. We obviously have a bunch of epic coverage. We've got coverage in the original parks as well. But if there's anything specific that you'd like to see, let us know down in the comments. Also, let me know your favorite Universal Orlando ride at these two parks. And until next time, friends, make sure to rate, review, subscribe, follow us on social media, come hang out with the Mayhem Fam at Discord. And until next time, friends, I'm Molly, and it has been an adventure.